Alright, so we got new developer notes for JP/Korea. I'm sorry, I'm very late with this. This came out, right now it's 9:20. This was 2:40, almost 7 hours ago, and I had no idea about it. Because usually when news comes out for JP in Korea, they get posted at the same time, you know, official news on the JP Twitter, and I have notifications on... Or, I thought ahead. I usually see it on my feed because people either, you know, tag me on their posts and everything on the JP Twitter. And JP Twitter has not posted anything. This is not dev notes. This is something else. This is like announcement that there's going to be a patch, and they have not posted dev notes on their forum. So JP is like, I don't know even when they're gonna post the dev notes. JP didn't get these dev notes, right? Only Korea did, and I had no idea. So Korea also posts their dev notes in a completely separate page than Notice, because Global posts everything on Notice. Why? Regardless. 30th developer note. We had our developer note for GP actually not so long ago, and I'm going to be using the translations from Korean Jesus because they're way more coherent than reading from Google Translate, that's for sure. So yeah, let's see. 30th dev notes. I actually kind of skimmed through a little bit, and it's pretty interesting. So first of all, item probabilities. This is probably due to a new law of games. Yeah, listen, gacha games are always subject to laws, man. I'm still, you know, waiting for the day the governments are gonna all bond together and just shut down loot boxes. Might happen one day, might never. It's too much money. But yeah, they reviewed the drops and possibilities of item substats. Ooh, the drops are all equally appeared to be 25%, and then when you roll a substat, it will also equally 25%. The probability of getting 1 to 3% is all. Yeah, I always assumed every single percentage in a reroll of gear had the same percent, and because of that, there are times that you use like 50 anvils and you get like a complete, like full-on 2.8, 2.9 piece of gear, and sometimes you use like 3,000 anvils and you barely get 2.5s. It's because it's all random and there's no like different rate for higher substats when you reroll gear. I mean, it's better like this, right? It's much better like this than having like way lower chance for it to be like a 3%er, because then it would take way longer, right? But hammers are 90% of success. There's a super success smoothly. Yeah, hammer. So here's the thing, right? Hammers, the failure of hammers were you know, extinguished from JP in April 19th of 2020, last year. And Global only got the removal of the failure. When was it? Like this week. It's crazy. I don't know why Global took over a year to you know, remove the failure on hammers. It's crazy. JP removed on the half anniversary. It should have been a patch that came with Global, honestly. Passives. There are some obscurities in some of the passives where they work as subs without detailing that it needs to work as sub. Yeah, a lot of passives, if they don't really detail that you have to be in the front, it usually works in the back. For example, Meliodas sitting on a turn, the heroes boost by 10%. Okay, so they are implying that these passives works in the back, right? Which is false. This passive does not work in the back. Unless they changed it recently. Halloween Meliodas I tested personally. His passive does not work in the back. If a unit dies and Halloween Meliodas comes to the front, his passive starts from then. I've tested it personally. So, if they are, you know, if they're given this as an example and saying that that's how this works, they're just lying, because it's not. Mikasa I've never tried, but I'm assuming you also didn't, honestly. Little Winking, enemies, his passive, I'm guessing also worked in the back, although, you know, not very useful. Might as well use it in the front, right? We try to organize the passive so it clearly shows that it can work as subs. That's good. That's good. But yeah, Meliodas did not work as sub. Maybe now it will, that's good, but it didn't. Mikasa, if her passive actually works in the back, that is pretty strong. But let me know, did you guys have tried this before? I've personally never tried it with Mikasa, so I don't know. but I have a strange suspicion that he didn't. I think Seaton would know. He was a big Mikasa fan when she was like first introduced on Global, and she was like really big on that 1 week that 1 month that Global had that rule that was really good for Mikasa. I know him and Mystic would know this. I have no idea. Guild Wars. I hate Guild Wars. It's we also, the Guild Wars should be enjoyed by everyone, therefore a new guild update, improved guild system. As well being able to enjoy by everyone, so look forward to. Okay, so they're gonna make Guild Wars more available, I guess. That's good. I don't know why it hasn't been yet. Guild Wars right now is a very bad game mode with little reward for the people. Like, because if you are a free-to-play player, right, and you have the chance of getting these gems every 3 weeks from Guild Wars, that's nice. But the only people competing for extra 30, 40 gems are people that spend thousands in the game already. The big whales are the only people playing Guild Wars, because they're the people that actually, you know, managed to get in. On JP, I think less, because my guild is not, on JP right now that I have, is not really that competitive, and we got Guild Wars this week, so I guess JP, the GP players have given up on Guild Wars because it's so bad. Guild Wars is just so bad. But I know Global is very sweaty, so it's like, who are you trying to give rewards to? It's like, I don't know. I never understood why Guild Wars isn't available for everyone yet. New updates and content. We're trying to create completely new content, as in, we're trying to not create completely new content. No way they actually said that. I'm looking at the... We want to avoid the direction of creating completely new content and becoming a new homework? What do you mean? That's what I want! I want homework! I want new, fresh, brand new content. What are you talking about? We're trying to not create completely new content? For a player causing more fatigue, therefore we're trying to tread carefully on the new content we're making. What do you mean? That's good! Making fresh new content is good. What are you talking about? What are these devs thinking? I need to read this quote. We want to avoid the direction of creating completely new content, becoming new homework, as in the case of organizing the new Tower of Trials, we will reorganize existing content to form a new form or connect to various growth factors. That's so weird. Okay, we plan on bringing new and existing content with a clear purpose, like the Tower of Challenge with growth items to make it more enjoyable. To be more precise, next we're bringing out the new Guild Boss content after Akumu. Alright. We're also working on the new Tower of Challenge. We're changing from farming to a more challenging content the higher you go in the tower, where if you don't know how to deal with the target, you cannot clear the floor. Interesting. And we're tired and we plan to introduce ways to obtain Super Awakening coins and other materials from other dungeons in the future. So they're gonna remove, I guess, most of the rewards from Tower and make it so the Tower is like longer. That's what I can gather from this. The sentence is very weird. Yeah, we're working on reorganizing the Tower of Trials in a new form, as previously announced. As before, we're planning to reorganize the content, challenging content that requires a harder attack as it goes higher than the product farming destination. Okay, yeah, because you have 25 floors, you know what you're farming, you know what you're getting. You clear, you can't do it again. And then you get very good stuff with Tower of Challenge. Recently, you know, Global still has had these more difficult towers, but recently on JP, the past 3 or 4 towers, I think 3 towers, they lowered the difficulty tremendously. Because they probably want to, you know, help newer players, but the difficulty was severely reduced, still with the same rewards. So I wonder if they're going to increase difficulty, change the rewards, and put the rewards from it in other places. That's interesting. Character growth. It's been 9 months since the addition of the last Super Awakening. 9 months, huh? No. Super Awakening was added during any... It has been 9 months. Whoa! Many players stuck at the limit of the growth. But there are 150 characters in the game, so we are being careful, therefore. As talked in the last tab notes, We plan to add new growth additionally during the new content. We'll talk about the content in the future. The way they're talking about this now, I'm kind of thinking that what they're actually gonna do is not add new levels, but just add Super Awakening 5 and 6. I don't know. Game improvements. We'll be changing some of the inconveniences in the game. Info on item acquisition. Introduce more guidance on how to get awakening materials. Nice. Changes to the PvP store. That's good. I literally talked about this in the previous tweet. Listen, look. Let me go on my own profile here. I talked about this a few days ago. Literally made a post complaining. Here. When you adding new weapons to the PvP store. It's been over a year since I bought all the weapons from the PvP store. Crazy. It's February 27th. Crazy they haven't changed PvP store in well over a year. They changed the PvP store, I think a month after the game came out. Like a year and 9 months ago. And that's it. That's it. We'll configure the item value of these items. Also plan to lift the restrictions. Okay. Looking directly to the PvP store or guild. Okay. Costume sales. We plan on expanding the costume roster where you could not purchase on the costumes before. Oh! Where you could not purchase on the costume. Oh! Costumes for Roxy and Shin and stuff. That'd be great. Planning to add costumes to the Hawk Knowledge. For global players, they are making so costumes are free, quote unquote, with the Hawk Pass. A big quote unquote, because you have to buy the Hawk Pass, right? But if you have the Hawk Pass, you can actually get Hawk Pass points and buy costumes with the Hawk Pass points. There's a Esconer costume with a do-rag. That costume looks great. I'm trying to buy it with the Hawk Pass points, but it takes a long time to actually get all the Hawk Pass points. I'm almost buying gems already. But yeah, there's other one costume already there. If they're gonna add more costumes, it's great. Addition of AI in Hell mode. Oh, please. I hate AI is needed for Hell difficulty on raids, because I play raids sometimes. I don't play every day because it pisses me off, because I go play Hell and I invite my whole list, no one joins. I invite my guild, no one joins. I invite randoms. I keep like inviting randoms and refreshing the random page for like 15 minutes before some random joins with a completely bad team, and then I have to do that raid with that terrible team that he's using, and it pisses me off. That's why I don't do raids anymore. If you put AI, that's me farming those 6 raids every day, baby. Because, God, I hate... It's not even like... The raids are easy. Especially now with all these characters, the raids are easy. It's just... No one joins. No one joins because the way they made raids initially was that you would get basically the same rewards as the other person. The only thing that you'd be missing is like those 2 extra, raid materials if you weren't host. But now, if you're host, you get the extra costume upgrade material if you have the thing, right? The costume for the character. And that changed the whole dynamic. Because at that point, why would I join someone's raid? I'm not gonna get the increased material thing for my costumes guaranteed. So they either have to add that if you are joining someone's raid, or this. And this, I take this. I'm gonna do 6 crimsons every day now. Upgrade my weapons, baby. Right, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Nice stuff. Honestly, the thing I'm actually excited about is this right here. The first thing you read, I just want to see the percentages. I want to see what's the chance of me getting a 3% rate attack, because I think it's pretty low. I actually think it's pretty low. If they're gonna change every percentage as well, that'd be nice, and like every single thing. But you know, interesting stuff.